So here we are, part two of um, a simple, as I said, a simple course, whatever, in existence, your existence, my existence. So the thing that's interesting about existence, meaning, what stands out, is that as you come along here, different things stand out for you. Your existence, different parts of your existence become kind of the main thing. And if you look back, try to kind of go back there a little bit. Unless you're watching this and you're 3 years old, it's not work for you. But you won't have to look back. If you're 3, you'll know what I'm talking about. But you play things. Get your attention, or you're interested in things. What is that thing up there? You reach for it. What is it? Things to things. Stuff to stuff. So, material things, toys. And you want to play with your toys. And then you build a kind of a little story, don't you? I mean, this in your what you know, so you put things here in your brain, kind of, and you categorize it. So you do this over here, and then you do this like this. So, as a child, the different things in your system are operating. It's not like you're detached from everything. You just sitting there. No, that's hardly ever the case. And and then a little bit later on, you start to notice that some things taste really good. So your taste. Oh, I want some of that. Can I have some of that? Mother, toys and food, things that taste good. And lots of things. Action. So, one of the kind of threads that we're going to look at here is the fact that you, the one who exists, who's conscious, and all of the simplicity and complexity that entails, what that means, because, there's like, sometimes you feels a little different than other times. But, there's there's always a point of identity, isn't there? Because you are, in that sense, because you're always in your body, you're in your place, and you don't wake up someday and you're in a different place and have a different point of view. Now, it's all based on your cumulative experience and what you're experiencing, and you're pretty much, in a single body. People will try and tell you things, this and me, but I've never had that experience. I'm not sure, so I don't, I have that experience, so it seems strange, but anyway, for the most of us, ordinary people, why, there we are, and then, so we're pretty much distracted. I mean, we are taken up the more that we're here with our different want to get things, want to taste things, and we feel things. Oh, I feel good about this. And our body is very much, and changes. And, I feel tired. I'm going to bed. There's no question. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Later on, things get more complex. I'm tired, but no, I can't go to bed. But in the primary situation, fundamental situation. So all of these things are kind of like vying in your kingdom. Not necessarily intentionally, but everything wants to be used. And some things kind of get the upper hand. And one of the things that gets the upper hand, particularly here in America, is the mind. Now you can think in the old days, or before, all this technological progress came along, that, the mind, sure, but the thing is, how strong were you? How much could you lift? How much work could you do? Because if you could do work, well, then you could build yourself a house, and you could get your food, and you would be good. So your body was the main thing if you were strong. But as that kind of need decreases, the body kind of, and this, but there seems to be, take note every day, you have what we call, what we think of as energy. In other words, energy, somehow there's, I want to do stuff, okay, I'm up, you have energy. And you don't really know exactly where it comes from. And you can say a lot of things about that, but I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to say you have energy, and so you want to use it, but if you're not using it physically to do things, then it tends to get channeled into something else, doesn't it? Like your mind. So then after a while, your mind starts to kind of, every day you're up, it's the mind, What are you going to do today, Jimmy? And there, people always ask you, and you're trying to think yourself, and stuff. It's not like you get up and I don't know what I'm going to do, and whatever. It's like you tend to be prescribed, tend to be having to use that mind quite a bit. You get pretty reliant, pretty dependent upon your mind. Time is at, what are the coordinates of that, where we're going, how many of these does it take to do that? Your mind is pretty busy. So, at a certain point, if you look back, you can see that your mind kind of got in there and said, you know what, whoever you are, let's say your name is Jimmy, you know what, Jimmy? Or let's say your name is Margaret. So, I'm a guy, so, but it's not a prejudice, I'm a guy, so, you know what, Jimmy, I'm kind of your main guy. I'm kind of the guy that sort of, knows everything and runs everything. You don't know anything yourself, do you? I know stuff. Or I can find out stuff. You better rely on me. You better depend. You better come to depend on me, Jimmy. And so, if you look closely at the people around you, Americans, I'm thinking of particularly because I happen to live in this place. wonderful, whatever, terrible, whatever it is. I mean, it's many, many things, isn't it? I would say, it's quite an adventure coming here. And, yeah, but, so, and then there's, as you get, a bit older, your heart, like to do these things. The heart has its own world. The mind has its world, doesn't it? Well, we look at this, and we think about this. Now, what would be the best thing for us to do over here? And what do I want to do now? What do I want to do now? Blah, 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 blah. Your mind is always carrying on. And then there's your heart that you don't have. Some people, but anyway, so you have, you have an ordinary healthy heart. Why? Like this, and like to do that, and like to have a good time. Let's have a good time. Or, if you're in a sterner sort of, if you were in a previous, let's work. Let's get some work done. That can be quite, good. Maybe not so good. It's not like it's good. And neither is your mind. We talk about good and bad, things that are good. Your mind is your mind. It thinks, and your heart is your heart. It feels, and it has, force in it. Forces. And then, of course, there are a whole set of things which you couldn't really say they're your heart or your mind, but they're like your body. Your body feels, it has, it gets hungry, has appetite, wants to eat, gotta eat something. Not really your heart. Maybe your heart doesn't want to eat right now. Maybe your mind thinks it would be better to wait, but your body's going, I gotta eat. Give me something to eat. It has its own voice, doesn't it? And then when you get to be about 15 or so, well, maybe earlier, just, I don't know, 12, 13, there's a part of your body that kind of starts to get, it's like to kind of go and be over there. The S word, you start to have some sexual feelings out of the blue. They just sort of develop. They're not really there in the beginning much. But around that time, 12, 13, something, they start to come in pretty good. And they can get very strong so that, they kind of take over for a while. I just want to be with so-and-so. I just want to, it's a strong thing in your body. So there's your heart, your mind, your body, all these things. They're standing out. They're existing for you. Now we're kind of splitting existence up into two things. I don't want to do that. But anyway, so we won't. But say they exist. So, and they also vie for attention. You can see around you people who kind of pretty much give in to one or the other. A lot of people, because of the way things are these days, give in to the boss. The boss. They have like something becomes, kind of gets to dominate some of that. Gets to be, says, well, who's your number one guy? Well, that would be my mind. Who's your number one? That's my heart. Women, I think, I don't want to be, I hope I'm not being unfair. A woman has strong feelings. I feel this way, and I feel that way. Their feelings are quite strong, have a strong influence on what they want to do and what they don't want to do and how they respond to things. And then there's always a mystery there between the men and the women. I think it's actually quite funny, quite wonderful. I remember when I was younger, probably in my 20s or something, I noticed that I lived down in Los Angeles. I noticed that when you would ask a guy for instructions, he'd say, "Well, you go to Fifth Street. You know where Fifth Street is? You go down there, towards that industrial area there." Anyway, he would hardly ever describe Fifth Street. You take Fifth Street to Fourth Street, then it's about halfway down the block on the right. Bop. And I noticed that the women would say, "Well, yeah, you go down the main street there, and then you'll see there's a big white house. It's the big white house on the corner where you turn." And they would describe houses and trees and things and stuff like that. It had a completely different. We're seeing what was important. What was existing for them was and had priority. Was different. So we come up with all these things, and then. So the question that we're going to be asking ourselves throughout, as a kind of a part of this whole course is what happens to you in this, all these different parts of your system that you're in. You are in this system. You're not. You are not the system, are you? Because sometimes late at night when things quiet down, or when you're having a moment to yourself, as we say, and everything's idling around, nothing is coming up, you kind of look around, you're still in the same boat, aren't you? You still don't know what's going on. You don't really know, what it's all about. And hopefully you stay clear of a bunch of people trying to tell you that they do know. Okay. So that's all, we're looking at what you could call the outer life. In other words, the life that you're conscious of in your body. So then, but we want to raise this thing up. What happens to you? Now, when you're very young, if you observe young children, there tend to be something about, they're pretty sure about what they're doing. They trust, they trust. Give me that. You can see they're very, it's like, I want that. How many do you want? 5. I want 5. They're very sure. Try to feed them something they don't want. They'll have no part of it. They won't say, "No, maybe you're right. I should have some." It's like, no, so they trust. They go with whatever's incoming. Whatever's there, they're going to go with it. You ever had a young child, 2-year-old or something? All of a sudden they look at you. It's a wonderful thing when they pay attention to you. For some reason you can't usually, you don't know why, They look at you. And they pay attention to you. The big eyes, What's your name? They want to know. Oh, now you're on their radar, see? What do you do? They want to know. They want to know about you. So that, kind of person, that little being in there, it's quite wonderful too, isn't it? You can practically see them. Later, you don't really see them, but you see their minds, their heart, you see their passions, you see their appetites, you see lots of things. You don't really see much of them. You don't really sit down and have a heart-to-heart too often. If you can, being able to have that sort of relationship with your parents, that's a rare day. Usually it's politics. Mother, could I? No, I just want to ask you, could I? Because of this happened, that happened, and I'm just wondering, could I go to see Jenny now? Could I? See, so it's not really you talking, is it? It's just, you know, something going on in your system. You want to go, and maybe you are in there, but usually the forces in your system's capacities are acting pretty strongly. So then, you make an effort to get away from this. Just want to have fun. Don't want to do anything particular. Don't tell me what to do. And I'm not going to tell myself. It's just going to be free. And then somebody comes up with something. Now, depends on what kind of an atmosphere you're in, what you're exposed to. You might come up with something that's actually coming from your being. And that's a kind of a big concept, isn't it? Your being. What? Well, suppose that everyone is going to the ice skating rink. Okay. Do you want to go to the ice skating rink? Well, sure, I'd like to go. That sounds like fun. Unless you've had a bad experience. And I don't think I will. I don't want to. Or maybe you don't like people. Oh, you guys go ahead. I'm fine. I'm busy doing, playing my video game or whatever. Lots of dynamics going on there. But sometimes you just have a feeling. I don't know what it is. Just, no, I'm not going to go. That's a pretty kind of a strong thing. It doesn't happen too often. With a lot of people, it hardly happens at all, I think. After they're got to be 10, 12, 15 years old. They're caught up in the world. But, people report, and they particularly, through life, it's not quite the thing. Others who are looking at them may think, well, he's thinking about it. But no, you're not thinking about anything. You just kind of have a feeling. So if we have a feeling, we say, that feeling is not like other feelings. It's not like if you're going to go to the ice skating ring and you kind of feel, well, it'd be kind of nice, but I don't think I want to do that. Or, I sort of feel like doing that, but, I guess we could go, sure, that kind of thing. It's a different kind of a feeling. It's kind of coming from some other place. It's kind of hard to nail down where that place is. That's not doing that. Don't feel like doing that. Not what I want to do. It's definite, strong. So that's kind of in terms of existence. But that guy is sometimes not very strong, and it becomes less and less of a flare. Well, you have to do it, Jim, because we have to do this. Now, I know we may not want to, but believe me, it's for the better good. Blah, blah, blah. So there's a lot of different ways that this kind of feeling that you have just gets kind of covered over pretty good. That's kind of an important thing, but we're not going to dwell on that right now. So we're talking about having experience, what your experiences are. So you're having all these experiences. Then it gets pretty complicated because you start having experiences with the part of your body that is gets in there, operates, influences you pretty good, and that has to do, normally with the opposite sex. If you're a man, it's a woman. If you're a woman, it's a man. Feel you want to be with one of those. Some of those that you feel very attracted to those people. You say those people, but it's not really those people, is it? They've got a force in their body just like you do, and those two forces are going like, come on over here, and you're going, yeah, I want to do that. So it's kind of like a battle. Yeah, it doesn't really have a lot to do with you. That's why, people talk about love. And so, well, they had all this, mind had all these plans. I want to have if you're a guy, I want to have a girl just like so-and-so and like this, and she's pretty smart. She likes me, and the heart comes in. She likes me, and we have fun together, and the mind goes, and then she's able to do this and this and this because, blah, 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 and we're able to figure things out, There's a big conversation that goes on in your system about this. Then you see somebody or you meet somebody, and it's like, gets your attention. Whoa, who is that? And you have to wonder, what is that? Where is that coming from? Why is that? Well, again, it could be something to do with you're feeling this special kind of feeling that you have. Your inner, we call it, for lack of a better term, you can call it your inner feeling. So I don't want to get all spiritual about things, so we'll just say it's a kind of a feeling that you have. You can go see this one, this one, this one, or this one. Say, no, I want to go see her. I want to go see her. That's the one I want. I want to see her. Who's talking then? Which part of what we would call your being, I mean, it's acting in you, isn't it? Is that? What is that? So, the thing is, these are all experiences. All of these things that I'm talking about, these are all experiences that you're having, but most likely, you're not really reflecting very much. You're not really contemplating much. Some, probably some, sure. What did I do then? I wonder, I thought about it and I left it and I can't figure it out. I know why I did that. You have a little world there that you go into where you kind of figure things out. You kind of see how this is like this and that's like that, as best you can. So these are all experiences that you're having, and as we said, we're going to base everything on the experiences that we're having. So we're going to base some things on those experiences that you're having because of instruments in your body. But I do want to distinguish and kind of keep a clear open channel here, or an open space for that part of it that's just you. You. And we'll talk some more about that. That's kind of you. Is you. Let's see. I would have to say then, who am I? Well, I think I am this guy, I'm like this, and like that. Who am I? I'm a creature. The you. But we don't have to parse that all out. And there it is. You. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. This is going to be part 2. Gosh, I only have 5 parts left. I better kind of get going here. So I'm going to try and do this, every week or something, or not too long. I don't want to. I feel kind of bad having it all separated out because I kind of, if somebody got interested, then where's the next part? I'm going to get to the end of this, finish the book. So I might kind of, but I'm going to hope that, God willing, I can do it like once a week or something, and then, so in 7 weeks we'll have a full course and you can see what you think. Okay, that's it for